So the NDP, I would say, is different policies, same approach to governance.
I don't know what they stand for.
Out of gas.
Mismanaged.
Out of touch.
I don't know what they stand for.
Rural.
I have even a lesser opinion about the Green Party. I don't know what they stand for.
Progressive.
Unelectable.
I think the number one issue in North Vancouver-Seymour and in the province actually is the economy and jobs. And our number one priority right now with the BC Liberal Party is to ensure that we have everybody working who can.
I think the top issue affecting this community is the increased tanker traffic in Burrard Inlet from the pipelines, both the Northern Gateway pipeline but also the expanded Kinder Morgan pipeline. I would do everything I could to limit tanker traffic in the Burrard Inlets. I think there are better ways to develop our economy than by taking advantage of the leftovers of Alberta's economy.
3 at the top of the list is environmental sustainability, appropriate health care for seniors, and an educational system that ensures that all North Vancouverites have access to quality, universal public education that will facilitate their entry into the labor market.
How about Queen? We are the champions.
Oh, I'm an optimist, so it would have to be We Are the Champions.
Yeah, to be honest, we're working on that. By election night, we'll have a theme song.
I've always been involved in education. I was a school trustee before becoming an MLA, and I have 3 kids, and one of whom is still in the public school system, grade 9 at Windsor Secondary. So I do a very good job, I think, for my constituents on advocating for special needs kids. I organized the special needs roundtables throughout my constituency, and now I'm the parliamentary secretary for student support and parent engagement, going out to talk to all sorts of parents and students about how we can better engage parents in the school system and make school more relevant to kids.
BC NDP intends to create a poverty reduction plan with strategies, benchmarks, and goals, and report to the people of British Columbia as to the progress of this plan during the BC NDP's term in office.
BC was built on the backs of logging and mining industries, and I don't think we should be turning our backs at them because they're an important part of our history, but I think we should be looking at how we can make those industries stronger in terms of their environmental performance and their cultural performance.
Well, during the last terms in office, we've seen rising levels of inequality, rising levels of street homelessness. We've seen our healthcare system face challenges never faced before. We've seen our public education system face challenges that challenge the very integrity of our public education system. It's time for a change. It's time for some new ideas.
I think that the current government is marginalizing education. I think that their approach that they've taken to taking the FSA, which is an assessment of performance of schools, which was designed to help schools to understand where they could improve and where they had strengths, and using that to rank schools across BC has done a disservice to teachers in the province, to students in the province, and to schools in the province. I think that the current government needs to step up more on education, provide some long-term programming so that schools can actually start delivering services for all children, including children with special needs.
Our question for the BC Liberals is about the carbon offset program. In 2011, the carbon offset program cost British Columbia universities and colleges $4.4 million. It cost British Columbia public schools $5.3 million, and it cost British Columbia health authorities $6.4 million. At the same time, this program delivered $13 million to companies who had given $2.5 million to the BC Liberals. do you support this program? Are you concerned about the cost of this program to public services? Have you spoken out on behalf of North Vancouver-Seymour children, university students, and seniors who have suffered the harm from this program?
I'm proud of our government's record on climate change, and we did introduce the carbon tax, which shows a leadership role by including 300,000 public sector employees from school boards, health authorities, as well as crown corporations. We've engaged them all in the conversation, and I think that shows leadership. Last year, in April, we introduced a $5 million capital carbon program for the school districts so that any money that they did pay for carbon tax is paid back. And that move was happily supported by the BC School Trustees Association. So I think the carbon tax is a good one. It's being verified as being neutral. And I also think that because the program was verified by third-party experts, that the program is legitimate and a good one, so I support it. My question to the NDP would be, what is your position on Kinder Morgan?
One thing I can say is that within 7 days of the BC NDP government, were we to be elected, we would impose a provincial environmental review program on the Kinder Morgan pipeline to ensure that the environmental review takes place at the provincial level and not, as is currently the case, by a federal agency.